Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to teach you how to put turrets on your ship, how to add more turrets to your ship, and then we're going to talk about salvage turrets and mining turrets. And yeah, we're just going to give you basically a little tour of everything and hopefully help you with your ship. So first, if we hit the B key, you can see here you can have armed turrets 0 of 2 and unarmed turrets 0 of 2. Now keep in mind that this basically means if you put a hostile, you have a 1+1 and a 1+1 here. What this means is if you put, say, let's put a salvaging turret on here, which is considered a passive or an unarmed turret, you can have one of two of those now, but what happens is it's going to end up eating an arms turret if you put one more down. So we'll put a mining laser here, which is also considered an unarmed turret, basically a non-weapon, and boom, you will lose one of your armed turrets. Now you can have only one armed turret, and if you try to put one more armed turret, you will get an error. The ship does not support more of this turret type. So what do you do? How do you fix that? Well, that is simple. If you go into your ship menu, you have, of course, your modules and systems, and you can fill them in with different things that you find over time. And there is actual turret modules. There's three types. There's an unarmed, there is all, and then there is armed. Now, the unarmed basically loses one turret slot altogether in the end, in a sense. So let's say the highest amount of turrets you can get on from one slot is, say, 7 or something. The unarmed and armed one, the combo version, would only have 6 slots instead of 7 slots. So I actually have a good example of this. I should probably have some here. So here you go. We have an all turrets +4. But we have another one here is unarmed, but it's only +5. And I don't have any in the armed turrets, but here's a +4. So this +4 that's yellow is as good as this +4 that is orange, but the difference is you can mix and match the turrets if you like. I personally usually ignore these ones, the all turrets, just because I end up just putting all armed on or all unarmed. I find if I'm going to swap them anyways, it's just easier to do it that way than that method. So I kind of find these a little useless right now. But anyways, so we have our slots here. So we can put, we'll put the all turrets in there. And we'll put the all turrets here and the all turrets here, just for the demonstration and making life easy. So now you can see that I can have 2 of 12 unarmed turrets and 1 of 11 armed turrets. That one bonus is basically the base of everything. So no matter how big or small your ship is, you're gonna always have the 2 passive and 1 active, or 1 active and 2 passives in a sense, unarmed and armed. So now, you're probably wondering, what's the best turrets? How do you find good damaging turrets, things like that? That's kind of annoying, because if you hit the plus here, you got all your turrets, you can sort them, which you probably should sort them. I usually do rarity, because material makes no sense, because it's sorted by material. It starts with iron, goes to titanium, then trinium, or neonite, and then trinium, and then it goes to xanium and so forth, orgonite and the other one. But what I prefer to do is I actually open my player menu, which is I, and I go to the second tab, which is your inventory, and you have all this sorting here. So what I like to do is damage and then rarity here, so rarity. And this will tell you basically all your highest damaging turrets. Now, the way I think they calculate this is by 2 values. I could be wrong, there might be more, but it's based on its damage and its fire rate. Basically, it's damage times fire rate, and boom, that is their math. I could be wrong. That could be completely, absolutely wrong. But if you look at this turret, and then you look at this turret, this one does 890, yet this one does 123. So I'm kind of thinking that's how it works, but I'm not 100% sure. There could be a bit more of the math into it. But either way, that's how I kind of accepted it and have done it this entire time. So we take the double chain gun, and unfortunately you can't click from this interface and just, hey, I'm going to place this here and place it on your ship. There is no magic. It's placing one there because I have one selected in here. But because it's kind of color-coded and we're using the same match, you basically play matching. So here it is right there. Wasn't so bad. You kind of get used to having both interfaces up. So we can click on her ship, and there she is. Now that was a heating one. That will overheat. If you have the beta Steam client, you can see it overheating. Now, when you're placing these, let's place another one. I'm going to place this laser turret right here on this material, and you won't get to because it'll have an error. You must place this turret block made of Xanian or better. So keep that in mind, that the material matters. So that's how you find the highest damaging ones. Keep in mind that it's not always the highest damaging. You have to keep in facts like things like cooldown, power usage, things like that. There's a lot of other facts that you have to understand before doing that, but you kind of get the idea. Oh, look at this. We got a little missile launcher. So you can see some things have different sizes. I think I had a force one. Oh yeah, look at this force turret. Look how huge that thing is. So some of the turrets do have bigger sizes, especially the higher tech level. I find they get really big sizes, which is pretty cool, to be honest. Some of them, though, this is 37, and it was one higher, not as big. So it's kind of variable. It depends. So you got 2 combat ones there. Let's go and find ourselves. Let's see here. Let's get some passives on here. Let's get a salvaging turret. So we got a salvaging turret here. And now this salvaging turret has something called independent targeting, but deals less damage. Most of your weapons won't have this. Not as many weapons have it versus usually miners and salvagers, but not all salvagers or miners will have it as well. But I find that your unarmed ones have a higher chance of getting that modifier. And what that means is you can AFK and it'll auto mine and auto salvage for you. So I'll show you that. That was the salvage. You know what? We'll put miners on there just for fun. So, but I need ones that will actually do the targeting so I can show it to you. So yeah, the interface is a bit annoying to deal with right now. You kind of have to play the game of where is it? Am I there? Are we doing it right? Here's a miner. This one uses power, and so it's going to use a lot of power, and it's manual. But I'll show you why. That's a good one still. And do we have a mining one here? Oh yeah, independent targeting. There you go. So that's a good one for testing. Do we have another independent targeting? Probably not. Okay. Another tip you want to know, it's the same for mining, and if you don't know this for mining and salvaging and combat, I'll tell you. When you're fighting a ship, you can see its hull. When you're mining ore, you can see what ore you're mining. Basically, if you have iron, you can mine, fight, and salvage titanium. If you have titanium, you can do neonite. If you have neonite, you can do tritium. If you have a Xanian weapon, it has to be on Xanian material when mounting it on there, or unarmed as well. So keep that in mind. That's kind of an important one. So now, if we get out of here, some people are wondering, how do you have hotkeys, bind them, etc.? So if we go up to our ship menu, or P, and go to the very first tab, you can just click 1, click 2, click 3, click 4. And if you want to get rid of them, you can hit 0, 0, 0, 0. You can also bind all of them to 1, 1, 1, for example, or you can hit 2, 2 and switch them up, 2, 3, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can move them anywhere you want, and basically it turns them on, off, on, off. And I'm gonna, for example purpose, I want to show you how to do the automated stuff. We're gonna set this to 0. Normally you would see it over here if you don't do any binds, and you can tell it just to auto fire. So this basically means it'll auto fire. If we had something to mine, it would literally auto fire for us, and we wouldn't have to worry about anything. Let's see if we can take this guy out. Oh, is there a group of them? Actually, let's go to a different system then. I'd rather just go one where there would be some asteroids and stuff like that. I think there's some in here, but it's a bit of a hostile system to us, but we'll do it for educational learning. So since we're here, we might as well test this on here. So you got your rockets here. So you fire those. You can see it'll shoot. These guys don't have, they're not auto-aimed, so if you fail at hitting them, well, you kind of suck, right? As you can see, I suck a lot at this. So you got to aim them just a little better. Some things don't have the best aim. I find the rockets are best to do it really close, so there you go. And then we have this burst one. Now this one's pretty powerful little turret, but it overheats. So at the bottom right here, you can actually see what it's made. Actually, this one doesn't tell me what it's made out of. Usually they do, I thought. Either way, I can tell that it's made out of neonite, because if we get close enough, you can see it's green. So you know that you would want titanium or better weapons to fight them. And there we go. We got him, no problem. And actually, since we killed this guy, let's go and get a salvaging turret with independent targeting. So we're going to hit B. This will make it easier than having to show the ore one and us hunting down ore. So let's look for a salvage turret here. Independent targeting, perfect. And I probably have another one in here. Look at that. It's already doing its thing. Isn't that crazy? Because this was set globally to have that on there. So normally this is controlled by the player, and then when you shift click this, you can set it to auto fire. Now what you can also do is you can set this to, say, the 4 key, and actually, did I just... Oh, that might be... Oh, never mind. That's the miner. Okay, so you set that to the 4 key, and then you can auto turret again. And then you can turn on, off, on, off. So if you don't want it to be salvaging on its own automatically, you can turn it on and off. Now, keep in mind, though, that these all reset. Every time you jump, they all reset. So it's probably best to keep them all in one cluster. If you have a bunch of auto turrets that you want to fire, it's probably best to keep all your auto turrets onto one button. That way you're not having to go through, oh, I got to do this one, and then I got to do this one, etc., etc. Because you'll be doing it all day, and you'll kill yourself. You'll be tired of it. Also, keep in mind, you want to be kind of close. Now, you do suck these in, but I find if you get too far, let's say if you had a mining laser that did 10k, which I don't even think a such thing does, as far as I know, even though sometimes it sucks into you, not always. I think it's related to the destruction, so some of the destructive pieces don't always come to you. It's not that case all the time, but I think some things cascade and blow up, so you don't get all the material, so the further away you are, some of them you might end up missing out. So just a little tip there. But yeah, turrets are awesome in this game. There's a lot of options in the game. I would like to see more options over time. You can now hover over these. Now, this is the beta build I'm using right now from the Steam branch, but you guys will have this by the time seeing this video, or if you're watching it the first day or a couple days, you probably won't, but it will be showing up any day now, and you'll be able to hover over these. So finally, you'll be able to say, oh, this is that weapon, or that's that weapon, and this is this one, and oh yeah, that's that crappy one. I wanted to replace that with something else now. So it's getting a bit better. I wouldn't mind having an actual proper DPS chart on here. I would really love to see a full-out DPS chart that tells you, this is better than this one, things like that, because I think we're used to the modern RPGs, and, some of them have like, oh, shoots twice, and it's this fast, and things like that, but even then it's quite confusing for a lot of people. So I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of chart for that, as well as I wouldn't mind being able to sort just the same way as the player inventory in the build inventory, so you can do that really easy. But I'm sure these are things that will happen over time. You have to remember this game is still young. It's always being updated. Lots of features are coming, so I wouldn't be worrying about it too much there. Oh yeah, look at that. These missiles are actually pretty good on hull, I think. Boom! Beautiful, huh? Especially when you hit it. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this, tutorial on, oh, that's a good way of hurting our ship, smashing into things. This tutorial on turrets a little more enlightening. Hopefully you've learned a lot. There's many types of turrets. There's a lot of playing around with it. If you were to go through everything, it would be a very, 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 very long video. But I just thought I'd set up something simple and basic to get the basic understanding of them. And hopefully this helps you guys and girls out there a bit more. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we will see wonderful people next time.